The businessman, Keyshawn Klump Misses weight. Let's talk.
Push the weight and now flex. Alive is more than the six. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I like to let the dust settle before I give my 2 cents. I wanted to make sure that things are what they are. Heard earlier, I got my ear to the ground. I have access to a lot of your favorite boxing outlets that you like to praise. Guys like Dan Raphael, who shouldn't be talking about Keyshawn in a negative light for missing weight when he's a super heavyweight himself. But this ain't about Dan Raphael. This ain't about Steve Kung Fu Kim or old boxing media. I got my own personal connections, and they said, hey, man, guess what? Keyshawn missed weight. So, no. All right. So I just waited. And then by the time everyone else found out, everyone saw the weigh-in. He wasn't a quarter of a pound over, a billionth of a gram over. He was a mighty, 4 or 5 pounds over, 5 pounds overweight. And then he had the nerve to stand up there and start flexing like he did something. And I'm like, wow, businessman, this is so unprofessional of you. This is so unprofessional. I'm being serious. This is so unprofessional. And when asked, he said, man, I just couldn't make the weight anymore. Foolishness. When are you going to be sick and tired? Now, here's what I want to know. Tomorrow, is it now come about that Abdullah Mason is going to be the main event? So they didn't scrap the whole event because the danger of this was, and I need you guys to understand something. This is why this is important. He's on fire right now, and now he's under fire for the wrong reasons. Well, for the right reasons. You come in overweight, you shouldn't be allowed to fight. And Edwin De Los Santos, you did the absolute correct thing. Edwin could have said, hey, man, I'll fight him regardless. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. Don't give him an inch. Because if you give him an inch, they're going to take a yard. Hell, they're going to take a mile. And Edwin took the fight regardless. And went in there and got knocked out. His supporters would have said, oh, well, Keyshawn was overweight. But the Keyshawn supporters and the rest of the boxing world would say what? You took the fight anyway, right? But here's what's interesting. I want to see how the public treats Keyshawn Klump. You see, man, I tend to watch the direction these fanatics blow with the wind, because you guys change an awful lot. Now, I take it I'm going to see a lot of negative. I don't support behavior like this. Y'all heard me talk about how his boy, Shakur, missed weight. And I said that was unprofessional. Tank Davis has missed weight. I said that was unprofessional. Now he's missed weight. And mind you, y'all, he already has a no contest. And now he's missed weight. Businessman. Now, Keyshawn, I'm just going to be watching the media. I want to listen to what they say. I'm going to just read it. I'm going to screenshot things. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to see what they talk. I'm going to see how they treat you now. I want to see if they use things like unprofessional, thug, and things like that. I want to see how they cut you down. I mean, you miss weight. You ain't going to be the first fighter to miss weight. By far. but I want to see how you're treated. I want to see how they treat you just because you missed weight. I want to see this thing. I want to know. Because Ryan Garcia just last year missed weight and he's treated like an absolute hero. So I want to see how you're treated. I'm just going to be watching. I'm just going to watch. I want to pay attention. What does Keyshawn do next? I don't know. But let me remind you guys, I have no sympathy for this situation because he's a professional. And he should know better. He should know better than to smoke the Mary Jane. And he should be professional enough to come in on weight. Salute to Edwin De Los Santos. He was completely professional. And I respect and support his decision for not going ahead with this fight. And according to reports, I could be wrong. Y'all let me know in the comment section. I think Edwin got paid out. So all he did was show up and he did a whole camp. He did what he was supposed to do. Keyshawn did not. And I heard he was paid. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. I don't know everything. But I heard he was paid out as if he fought. Keyshawn blew it. Now, before anybody comes in here and says, hey, man, you're being too rough on a young brother. No, first of all, he blew one win because he can't put down that Mary Jane. Now he's coming in overweight, talking about you can't make the weight no more. And you know what? Be a professional and be a man and say, hey, man, you know way before that you're not going to make the weight. He should have reached out to Team De Los Santos and asked them, hey, look, this 135 ain't going to make it. Could we catch weight it? Can you come in at like 137, 138 or something? I'm really having a problem here. I'll even give you some extra bread. He didn't do that. He thought he was going to get on that scale. Let's say 139, 140. He did a little flex. He did not think that whoever was in charge was going to pay out Edwin. And they did. You see, is anyone going to call Edwin De Los Santos a coward? Or they're going to say, hey, man, the rules are the rules are the rules are the rules. Y'all better be very careful how you treat this. I'm watching. Because last year, BFTB told Bill, Ryan can't make weight. Don't fight that guy. Because that's just the tip of the iceberg. And we were right. I told everybody, I said, I don't like this. He's X amount of pounds over. That means on fight night, he's going to be super big. And he was. And look at the results. And look at what we found out later. Now, I'm not saying Keyshawn is on any kind of narcotic, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he knew a long time that he couldn't make that weight. Now, don't feel sorry for this guy, because you know what, man? This is a sport, and these kids are supposed to be professional. These grown men are supposed to be professional. And tried to sneak one in on people. But you know, I don't feel sorry for how old media may possibly treat him, because it's still early. We'll find out tomorrow. We'll find out. I want to see all the people going to send me copies of tweets. I want to see who cuts him down and who talks crazy about him. Because some of the people talking crazy about him, never forget. Some of the people in old media that are going to talk crazy about Keyshawn tonight, tomorrow, and call him all kinds of names and everything, go back and see what they had to say about Ryan Garcia when he mixed weight. Not at the ceremonial weigh-in, the weigh-in at that morning. You know, the weigh-in when he got off the scale and was 3 pounds over and then disappeared and didn't go pee to take the drug test, and as soon as he got off the scale, he disappeared for like 8 or 9 hours. Go back and see what those guys said when Ryan missed weight. Go back and see it. Go pull up the old tweets and everything else and tell me what you see. I'm not on Twitter. It's a group effort, family. But you know why I don't feel sorry for this kid? You know, I'll never forget this. This right here, look at that. That was during Ryan Garcia's suspension. This was after his racist outburst about black people and Muslims and the George Floyd situation. That's Keyshawn at the top. And that's his brother, Shakur, right there. And that's them talking to Ryan as Ryan is sipping on some alcohol. And according to him, on this time, he was high on shrooms with his friend. See, I don't forget anything. Now, I'm just watching the fights unfold. You never heard me say Keyshawn is trash. You never heard me say Shakur is trash. You heard me say a lot about Ryan Garcia. I say he don't believe to be mentioned amongst the quote-unquote 4 or 5 kings, however amount y'all say is around. He don't deserve to be there. But this is after he was caught and everything else. These guys was on there talking about fighting each other, completely undermining what happened with DHP. And I don't forget that. I said, okay, I'm watching Keyshawn. He's performing. He's showing up. He's showing out. No contest for the Mary Jane. He got back on track. Now he's missing weight. See this right here? Never forget. But why did you miss weight, man? Why did you miss weight? Why did you miss weight? Well, I heard through the grapevine, you had a dietitian, and yeah. I mean, these just jokes, but young man, you did miss weight. Who was your dietitian? I know Bomac is a brilliant coach. Dietitian? I don't know. Whoever it was, young man, you need to fire him. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Bronx on deck.
Move!